What if a killer could walk through a city, commit a series of crimes, and simply disappear? No fingerprints, no DNA, no name, just a signature. Whitechapel, 1888. Fog drifted through the narrow streets like a slow-moving curtain. Thousands lived crammed into small lodging houses, surviving day by day. Poverty wasn't unusual. It was expected. But in the autumn of that year, something shifted. People began locking doors earlier, conversations lowered to whispers, strangers were watched more closely. Because somewhere in the darkness, someone was hunting. They would later call him Jack the Ripper. But at the time, he was just a rumor. On August 31st, just before dawn, a cart driver noticed something in Bucks Row. It was Ann Nichols. Authorities quickly realized this was no ordinary crime. The attacker had acted quickly and quietly. No one reported hearing a scream. At first, many assumed it was an isolated tragedy. They were wrong. 8 days later, Annie Chapman was discovered behind 29 Hanbury Street. The similarities were undeniable. This was not chaos. This was intentional. Fear spread through Whitechapel like wildfire. Women avoided walking alone. Men scanned faces. Newspapers printed updates daily. But there were no answers. Police increased patrols, yet Whitechapel was a labyrinth. A person familiar with the streets could vanish in seconds. Was he educated? Did he have medical knowledge? Was he hiding in plain sight? Every theory only deepened the mystery. September 30th. In a single night, 2 women were killed. Elizabeth Stride was found first. Authorities believed the attack may have been interrupted. Less than an hour later, Catherine Eddowes was discovered in Mitre Square. The pattern had returned. The killer was escalating. The story was no longer local. It was national. Newspapers began receiving letters claiming responsibility. They were signed, Jack the Ripper. Whether the letters were genuine or hoaxes is debated, but the killer now had an identity. Fear had a name. On November 9th, Mary Jane Kelly was found inside her small room at Miller's Court. Unlike previous crimes, this one occurred indoors. Investigators described it as deeply disturbing. After that, the killings stopped. No arrest, no confirmed suspect, no explanation. It was as if he had stepped into the fog and dissolved. Over 100 people were questioned. Rumors pointed everywhere, immigrants, doctors, strangers, but there was no proof. Without modern forensic tools, the case went cold. Whitechapel returned to routine, but something had changed forever. More than a century later, the mystery remains unsolved. Jack the Ripper became one of the first unidentified serial killers to capture global attention, not because of the number of victims, but because he was never caught. He left no confession, no confirmed identity, no final chapter, only questions. Who was he? And how does someone commit crimes in the heart of a city and simply disappear?